going on, guys? Today we're working on something I haven't seen a lot of videos on, turn and draw. So simple for USPSA classifiers. It's typical you're going to be facing up range away from your targets in a surrender or wrist above shoulders position, and you simply at the buzzer you turn and engage the targets. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. What I like to do, if you watch any of my stuff, is I try to make it as easy as possible, simplify it as best I can. I will just show you my process of doing it. So simple, we'll start with the upper body because the lower body is kind of where the magic happens, but the upper body, and then I'll switch camera angles and you'll see the lower body. I typically put my thumbs on my hat. That's my cue, is I just have my thumbs on my hat. It gets my wrists above my shoulders. That's all I care about. So I don't do this little weird thing. People kind of come over here a lot of times, or even on the draw they come over here and cheat it. I don't feel like that helps me in any ways because I've got to use extra muscles to hold that position that's awkward anyways. For all my draws I try to get in a comfortable position. So wrist above shoulders, it's simply I do thumbs on the hat, and I'm just looking up range and I'm trying to blur everything out. There's always people up there, right? There's always going to be distractions up range. So what I like to do is I'll wiggle my toes sometimes. I'll look beyond them. So I'm not looking at anybody here. I'm looking at a spot on the back of the bay, or however far away I can, I'm looking through it. As soon as I hear the buzzer, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my hands, and simultaneously I'm going to turn my head with my eyes. My eyes are going to lead my head. It's going to drop and my eyes are going to lead my head, and it's going to look something like this. By the time my hands are down here, or even close, my head's already turning my shoulder. Eyes, head, shoulder. And that's kind of how it starts. So you're going to have plenty of time to get your hand on your pistol, so I wouldn't worry about that so much. From the buzzer to getting my eyes on that target, that's my main goal. I'm not thinking anything else, getting the eyes on target. And then after that, it kind of just happens. But now you're going to see the footwork. And all I'm doing on this kind of surface, when you have nice smooth surface that's not going to grab your feet or your cleats or whatever your shoes you're wearing, I simply rotate on my heel. I'm turning to my right because I'm right-handed. I rotate on my heel and it comes like this. So I plant with this foot, my weight goes on it, this foot comes around and it basically sweeps the rest of my hips and lower body around, and then it finishes the turn on this foot, because this foot isn't where it's going to end up. This foot started the turn, my weight goes onto it, so this one can come around, and the weight of this leg swinging around into position is actually going to turn this foot where it needs to be. So I'll do it again. It's going to turn to about here. This foot's going to come around, and as this one comes in to position, it'll twist this one all the way over. Something like that. Depending on your surface, you might have to pick up your foot and then plant it. I typically, on most surfaces that I shoot on, it's a lot like this, so I can get away with simply just doing something like that. You got to be careful not to break the 180. If you got quick hands, and my hands always want to get to that gun, you know, as soon as that buzzer goes off. Well, you got to be careful that you don't go here, start pulling it out before you finish that turn, because then you're done. Don't worry about getting your hands to the gun. It's going to happen. Better. A little slower draw, 113. So a good focus for me, as you're waiting for the buzzer, is I bend my knees a little bit, and so what I'm doing is also kind of loading. Stand by. All right, so 115. So again, not pushing it, not trying to get those crazy fast draws. But my hits are there. I threw another Charlie on one of those, but pretty consistent. 109, 119, and 115. All right, guys, so that's what I got for the turn and draw. Let me know what you think. I hope this helps you guys. If there's any specific questions you have, go ahead and hit me in the comments, and I'll answer them as I get to them. Again, just keep applying these things. All these are fundamentals that we got to work on. You work on in dry fire and in live fire, probably more so dry fire now with ammo being difficult to get. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See you guys. That was an 8.3. Ran out of bullets, thought I had a full mag. That was an 8.3 draw though, and it was good. Yeah, that's not gonna do it.